Traders, Tommy Bahama here from Max3 Trader on YouTube. Hope you're having a great day. Before we start, on my last video, someone had said to me that they couldn't follow where I was going. So I increased the size of my pointer on the computer. Bam, there we go. And I left it in this large size, and then it got on my nerves, so I had to change that back because it drove me crazy. But now you should be able to see it. Before we begin, as always, please pause your video player and read our disclaimer. Thank you very much. And now that we got that out of the way, let's look at some trades that I've taken for the month of August. As I've stated before, I look for support or resistance. So up here where the cursor's at is resistance, trend line breaks, comes down. Same thing, resistance, trend line break, come down. This is my go-to trade. Here we have support, trend line breaks, goes up because the moving averages is what I'm following as well, the red and green lines. And if they're in order, that gives me direction. But sometimes I noticed I'd be in a trade and then we'd have a huge event happen. And it happened this week on Apple. So I wasn't in an Apple trade, but if anything, it was coming down and I was getting ready for the red under the green trend line to break and possibly, look for a trade coming down like so. But that never happened. Instead, Apple had a huge news event, and if you look down here, this purple line represents the average volume line. So on Wednesday, this news event drove the price up. It broke through both moving averages. And what I do in those cases, I look for a channel where a price had been trading in a channel. And if it breaks that channel and breaks those moving averages, I enter. And then the next 2 days, it kept going up. So Apple was really good. Barrick Gold, I exited this trade yesterday because there's earnings coming out on Monday and did good on that. On Capital One, I lost in this trade. Here's my resistance line. The red is below the green. Trend line going, and it gave me a fresh new red arrow, which is usually a good indication, but it's just an indication. Price is all that really matters. I use these moving averages and these arrows to help me, but ultimately price is going to go where price is going to go, and that's why I have rules. If the price goes against me and closes across that red line, I get out. And so I took a loss in COF. On GDX, I already got a double on that, I think. I'll show you the spreadsheet. Google went up 2 days since I got in and is looking good. Home Depot has gone up a few days since I got in, but I got to watch Home Depot. This red and blue dots down here indicates when earnings are coming up. And as I stated, I don't trade through earnings, so I'll be getting out before earnings. You see on Johnson & Johnson, earnings is already passed. But Johnson & Johnson's another one I took, and it's heading up pretty good. PayPal, I just got in yesterday. It's coming down, or I hope it's coming down. Hope it trades down to these recent lows, and I should be able to get a double if it goes from 67 down to the 60, 59 area. Walmart is another one doing good, but also I got to watch him to get out before earnings. And let me see if I pull up my spreadsheet here for you. Yep, so this is what I've got so far for the month of August. COF, I lost on that one. Like I showed you, it went across the red line. I got out. I made on Barrick Gold. I've sold most, got a double, got in at 241, got out at $5 on GDX. I left a runner in place. Same thing on Apple. Got in at 755, got out at 798, left a runner in place. And the rest of these are just trades I'm still in. So that's it for the trading activity. Some questions people emailed me. One was, Why do I say my name is Tommy Bahama? They said, surely your name is not Tommy Bahama. Well, my name is Thomas. I was born and raised and grew up in the Bahamas, moved to Florida in my mid-30s, so people back home call me Tommy. People in Florida call me Tom. I don't care as long as you don't call me late for dinner. Bam, that's the cheesy joke of this video. The other thing I had, someone said, please share a stock that you might be interested in that you haven't got into yet. I think it's simple what I do, but here's one for you. There's KRE. Resistance is already formed. Trend line's in place. Hasn't broken the trend line yet. If it does, I would take that. Hopefully it comes down to these areas here. If not this down here or all the way down. But I look to make a little chunk out of each one and get out. I'm not a long-term holder. I call it a swing trader. Get in and get out. The last thing I'll leave you with is some people ask me for symbols, and that's not me. I think symbols would ruin you. You need to be a self-directed trader. So if you're interested in trading, learning how to be a self-directed trader, reach out to me by email, max3trader@gmail.com. And the bottom line I'll leave you with is you need to learn to trade like how a pilot learns to fly a plane. So the pilot gets with the instructor, or the student gets with the instructor, and it's one-on-one in that airplane. But eventually that student has to take a solo flight, learns to fly, get its license. And I know guys who have learned to fly in little tiny single engine planes like this you see on the screen, and gone on to get a commercial rating, and now they fly for commercial airlines. Same thing with trading. You don't want someone to give you signals and just feed you for the rest of your life. You want to be able to sort this out on your own, figure out what your edge is, and trade accordingly. That's it for this video. Hope you guys have a blessed day, and catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.